It's going to be fun today. I have a feeling I'm going to upset some people who are single, maybe, who've been dating and on the dating apps. I'm going to get real with you for a little bit, and only because I feel that I have possibly earned the right as somebody who has been okay so far in a long term relationship. What I mean by this is that Sherry and I just celebrated our 31st wedding anniversary. And we tell people that, they're always like, hey, what's your secret, man? What is the key to a long lasting relationship? It seems like a lot of people want them. Some people don't. And I completely respect that decision. Trust me. But thinking back to the unwanted advice that I got, it was really strange. You know, me growing up, this is my old man Terry moment, but people suggested that I should wait it out, that I should play the field a little bit more, no marriage or kids or anything like that until you're easily into your 30s. You should probably get some money first, have your life already swinging in motion, have all that stuff going on. And yeah, just basically have everything prepared for you, just have a good solid foundation before you bring somebody else into your life. Take care of yourself first. They would always say, don't settle for anything less. And part of me still believes that, but it's very hard to do in today's age. I think it's much harder to do in today's age when you're on dating apps. And I realize I'm going to be speaking out of turn here because I'm not on dating apps. I've never been on a dating apps, but I have friends who are on them. I have friends who've been very successful. I think most of the people that I hang out with now, almost every single one of them met their partner on a dating app. And I still have some single friends, both male and female, who are partaking in the apps and complaining about it. And that's the only reason why I'm bringing this up. Some people don't complain about it. Some people realize what it is and they're out to meet some people and all that kind of stuff. But I'm going to get into what I believe are some of the dangers right now if you want a long-term relationship of being on these dating apps. I mean, I had this motto when I was younger that kind of made a lot of sense to me. And I still don't know if it makes sense to me now or not because times are different. But the motto was that you can't actually love somebody else until you truly love yourself first. It's nothing I came up with. It's something I heard that kind of rung true for me. It made sense to me. So I kind of ran with it and it kind of worked. Was it good advice? Hell, I don't know. You know, did I actually have a plan that worked? It wasn't really a plan. It was just what I kind of thought the way you were supposed to do things. It's not like I sat down and mapped things out by any means. So the short answer to what's the secret to a long-term relationship is I got no clue. I have no clue, but I do have a couple of theories that I'd like to throw at you. And this is where you're going to go, oh man, you're a male chauvinist, you're this, you're that, but I don't give a shit. I've been married 31 years. Maybe that partly gives me some of the reason why I don't give a shit. And I know nothing about the dating scene, but I do pay attention. I do pay attention. I listen. And because of my single friends, I really want them to find somebody if that's what they want. If you don't want it, I get it. But I do have some stats that I would like to bring out to you right now. And let me bring them up on my computer here. Okay. If you want to be in a long-term relationship, the marriage rate right now is at an all-time low. People date a lot more and people are dating more people more often. So they're playing the field basically is what they're doing now. It's easier to play the field in today's dating game, with the apps and everything like that. People are taking a lot longer to get married according to the stats, and they're also taking longer to remarry according to the stats. People are having a lot more sex, which is great. Good for you. That's fantastic. But they're not having sex out of love. They're having sex to have sex. They're banging to bang. No problem whatsoever there, if that's what you choose to do. Your consenting adults have at it. Good. I'm not jealous at all. There's part of me that is a little bit, but there you go. The infidelity rates, by the way, have risen to the free love 1960s era levels. These are all facts that have come out right now. Is that because of the apps? I don't know. I have no clue, but I do have some more stats to throw at you if being in a relationship is key. Here's some of the stats that's a good thing about being into relationships. Married people live longer. You've heard that before many times. They are happier. They make more money. They have more meaning and satisfaction in their lives. They just seem to be more complete. They understand it. There's less things to worry about, that type of thing. Long term relationships are better for mental health and happiness, it says right here. Okay. Now, looking at this, and like I said, I do have some friends who are on the apps, and some are still single, and some of them have found their person, which is fantastic. I mean, how else are you going to do it? That's the way it is. I don't think you can necessarily blame the apps for all of this if it's a long term relationship you desire. There's a problem here with the apps. If you haven't found the right person, there's a problem with the apps. I think you kind of have to blame yourself a little bit. At the very least, you have to do some sort of soul searching. Okay. Because, well, okay, this is just my theory. Obviously, I am not a doctor. I'm not anything like that. Like I said, I just pay attention, and I get the question asked a lot. What's the key to a long term relationship? Well, relationships, whether it's a friend or a romantic relationship, they are super, super hard, aren't they? But only because it's a two-way street. That's the only reason. You can't control somebody else's emotions, the way they feel about you, the way they handle a certain situation. It is a two-way street, and you both have to want to be in a long-term romantic relationship. It has to be something you both want. The key is, how do you stay in that zone? Let's just say you find somebody like that. How do you stay in that zone until death do you part? And I think I'll get to that here in a little bit, but I don't see the apps helping if it's something that you want like that, and you want to be in that arena of long-term romantic relationships. I don't think the apps help. In fact, I think they do just the opposite. Apps maybe setting people up, single people up for failure. There's an illusion that there's always somebody better out there for you. And that is an illusion. I mean, yeah, there's a lot more people out there. You're casting a wider net, but it's still an illusion that there's a lot more people that you're going to find who likes you out there. Think about it right now. How many of you on the apps that are single have gone out on a billion dates and still haven't found your partner, your mate? You just haven't. Why? Because part of it might be you. Part of it might be you and your own illusion that, yeah, there's something better out there. Few people get past that initial attraction phase. You have that initial attraction phase. You go out, you realize, man, it was working for me, but not her, or working for her, but not me, or whatever. Very rarely do you connect on that level where there's that initial attraction phase that at least that opens the door, right? The looks, the status, all that upfront stuff. Those are keys to meeting somebody on these apps. But you need a whole different set of skills to maintain a long-term relationship. And I don't think that these apps are training you on these set of skills you need. People are really good nowadays at kicking somebody to the curb. Next batter up. Let's go. Who's in the on deck circle? This person didn't do it for me. And I get it. Apps seem to have women, and here's where it gets a little weird. Apps seem to have women. They seem to use the apps a little differently than guys do. Okay. Women kind of, and this is just my opinion. Okay. I don't have any stats to back this up. I just have been paying attention to what people are saying. And I think a lot of the women out there are kind of looking for the excitement of it, maybe the baller life, something they could Instagram. Who's the guy you're going out with? Oh, he's a tall guy. He's a this, he's a that, he's got some money. Maybe you could go on trips and you want to post the pictures of the fashion. Men are just looking for the hottest of the hot. They just want a hot chick. Okay. And it's time to be honest here. The women who put out, the beautiful women who have no problem being promiscuous, they got their choice over every single guy online, over every single guy. Okay. They could pick a guy with the right age they want, or the right looks, or the right status, the proper amount of money. It is easy for a beautiful woman to meet guys online. Okay. I don't think that's a big fact that you're going to go, whoa, that blows my mind. It's pretty obvious that that's the way things go. But in trying to keep it real here, men see hot women online all day long. They're swiping on them. They're looking at them. They're on Instagram, checking them out. They're walking out of the pool, pushing the rack together. They're doing it all. We see these hot women online all day long. That tends to make us believe that women like that are all over the place. They're not. They're like a unicorn, okay? They are not all over the place, but we seem to think that we're going to run into one. It's a false sense that this is going to happen for me, dudes. You're sitting there going, this is going to happen. The right hot chick is going to come along, and I'm just going to wait around for this type of stuff. And if I don't connect with her on the very first day, screw it, I'm out. There's somebody waiting for me, you know? And if you're young, if you're hot, if you're rich, you got status, more women are going to hit you up. They just are. But but most guys don't have that. They don't have that card to play. Now I feel blessed that I met Sherry the old school way. I really do. And yes, I think she's hot, and a lot of people do. Like most people, I didn't think I had a shot. In fact, if I saw her on a dating app right now, I would probably swipe, but I would never expect a response, you know. But we had time. We had time to get to know one another on a different level. And it's worked so far. I say 31 years because I never want to take anything for granted. Like I said, relationships are a two-way street and you both have to want it. One of us could wake up in the morning and go, oh, I need to talk to you. This is just getting old for me, But, it's, you go online and because they're hot, it doesn't mean you deserve hot. I know that hurts some of us. I know it would hurt me because it goes for both men and women. I'm not just pointing out one person here or one gender or anything like. If I were single, I guarantee you I'd be on those online sites, and thinking I got a shot at the supermodel. But in reality, it's probably not in the cards. Why? Because they're not out there. They're already over these other kind of guys. And I think I got a lot to offer. I have single friends who are guys, and I believe they have a lot to offer. They're special guys, and they're really neat guys, and they have a career, and they treat people right, and all that kind of stuff. And they're I don't know why some of them haven't worked for the online dating hasn't worked for them yet, but people have been trained, I believe, to look for all the wrong things. Like I was talking to some friends last night. I had some friends over for dinner who, by the way, also met in an online app. They are engaged. And we were talking about, the days when you'd go to a barbecue and you would meet somebody and you wouldn't be super attracted to them, but you'd be making small talk, and then you'd go around and say hi to some more friends, and all of a sudden you bump back into them and you're making some more small talk, and you're looking at her and you go, it's really cute the way she eats her corn on the cob, or the light just hit her face right. She looked like this beautiful angel type of thing, you don't get that stuff because nobody gives each other the chance anymore. I think that the apps are actually pushing people towards the superficial stuff. I have a friend who she is on the dating apps and she wasn't getting a lot of attention, and she's super cool chick. But she decided she told me, she goes, I'm just going to show more boobs and see what I get out there. And sure enough, she got a lot more swipes, and it made her feel good. It made her feel real good. But guess what? I didn't want to say this to her but she ended up telling me she's just meeting the wrong kind of guys, meeting the wrong people, because you're just meeting on guys who swipe boobs. Doesn't mean it's the right person if you're looking for a long-term relationship. If you want to bang it out and you're two consenting adults, have fun. But on the flip side, a dude will also post some stuff, maybe he doesn't have a lot going on. So he'll decide, but he's got some money, so he'll just, make it look like he's living this lavish life with his Porsche and all that other stuff. And girls will start swiping on him a lot more. They just will. That's geared towards the superficial, in my opinion. And once again, they start swiping. It's not going to introduce you to the right type of person. You're just going to meet people who are into the superficial shit. That's the way it is. If you're looking for long term, it kind of sucks for you because that's just the way it is. You're not going to meet it. And it sucks a lot because our self-esteem, I believe, really stems from the attractiveness of who we are with. Not necessarily really stems from it, but it's just a nice thing that everybody thinks that our partners are hot. It's a good thing. And a lot of our self-esteem is kind of entrenched in that, and it shouldn't be. I mean, you want to be proud of the person you're with, but that's all superficial stuff. Once again, once they get to know the people, then things are cool. I mean, how many people have you met that your friends are in a good relationship? And maybe one of them isn't, isn't the best. Maybe you met, let's just say you met one of your buddies and your dude, one of your buddy's girlfriends. And you're going, oh, she's not all that hot, type of thing. But the more you get to realize her, you're going, God, she is such a cool chick. I get it. I know why Steve is with this guy now, this girl now. I know why, whatever. I don't know what I would do, but I think I'd have a hard time going on the apps, or unless I just wanted to get laid. If I was single right now, I think what I would be doing, 2 words, yoga. I'd just be going to yoga all the time, probably 3 classes a day, meeting all the different girls in there. But let me ask you something. Okay, let me ask you this. All right. And be honest with yourself. And I'm going to give you a second to think about it. What is your type? What is your type? What are you looking for? What is your type? If people go, hey, that's Betty over there, I'm not her type. We've all seen that. I don't have enough money for her. I don't have enough this for that. If you're saying things like my type is blonde and tall and a college graduate and all that kind of stuff, guess what? Congratulations. You didn't pass the test. You did not pass the test. The correct answer for what's your type or what's my type should be a little deeper than that. Maybe the answer should be my type is somebody who makes me feel good, somebody who makes me laugh, somebody who's comfortable, somebody who genuinely cares about me and cares about others, somebody who supports and understands my dreams and how weird I am. That's my type. Somebody who has a really cool family, could that be the type as well? So, I've got a lot more theories, but that's going to cost you for when I become the world's biggest relationship coach. I'm sure that's in my future. But yeah, I really think if you really want a long-term relationship, and if that's a big goal, if that's something you really, truly want, you may want to start a different type of checklist. Get rid of the hot, the rich, the house in Hawaii bullshit. Get rid of all that. Your checklist should only have really cool things on, like, is this person kind to me? Is this person kind to others? I want somebody who tips well. I want somebody who treats a wait staff nice. I want somebody who cares about me, who makes me laugh, who comes from a good family, like I talked about. When they start ticking the majority of those boxes, you can get past all that other stuff. You can get past all that superficial stuff and connect on some of the deepest levels. So there's your answer for how do you make it last so long for 31 years? I don't know, but I don't think you can do it in today's day and age on the apps unless both of you decide, hey, I really got to get to know this person more. And I don't think the odds are there, because you think right now when you come home from that first date that may have just been, oh, I had a good time, but I don't know. You're already back on the app. You're already swiping and looking and doing all that kind of stuff. So listen, I want everybody to be happy. And if getting banged is happiness for you, and you're not going to get me to go, how dare you? I'm not judgy by any means. I envy some of that. 31 years. Come on. But anyway, guys, have a fantastic week. probably be back. It's good to be back on T11. I'm going to take a lot more chances. I'm going to be talking a lot of different things. If you follow me on social media, I'm going to be doing some weirder stuff on my Instagram and Facebook page. Some stuff that is probably going to make some people unfollow me or unlike me or whatever it is you're called. I'm just going to try to, I want to go deeper. I want to be a lot more creative. I want to be a lot more funnier and a lot more this and that. And I've just been so worried about what are people thinking about this? But I'm just going to start answering questions and having a lot more fun with this. I had fun with this. And it hit me like, when people keep saying, hey, happy anniversary, 31 years. What's the key? The key is you just got to give somebody a shot. And if you could meet somebody outside of the app, I think that would work. But either way, you're not doing it wrong. I hope you're happy. Goodbye, you sons of bitches.